I've got a new fragrance for you today, one that I've really been interested to get my hands on. Some of the things I've heard about it sounded very interesting. Somewhere I've misplaced the sleeve that goes on this, but I'm talking about this big old box right here, LATTAFA Art of Universe. This is, of course, a twist on Ex Nihilo's Blue Talisman, a fragrance that I have not actually smelled. So I'm really reviewing this as a standalone fragrance, letting you know my thoughts. I've worn it a couple times this week, and I freaking love it. Everybody in my family has also given me positive feedback from wearing this fragrance. I haven't really worn it out much to know whether or not it gets compliments, but I can tell you from those in my circle who love telling me when they hate my fragrance, everybody really seems to like it. I think it's definitely kind of a crowd-pleasing DNA. So we're going to get into this, but before we fully do, remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that, and give the video a like. Let's go ahead and talk about Art of Universe in this crazy bottle here from LATTAFA Pride. You know, the LATTAFA Pride fragrances, I'm like batting 1,000. I like all the ones that I have. I think I have 4 or 5 now. And this one is definitely in that category. But I will tell you, I have heard some things about this fragrance that were pretty misleading. You know, I was hearing people talk about it in ways that I would hear people say that it's like Xerjoff Herba Pura, and I totally don't think that it's like Herba Pura. I heard people talk about it's just this syrupy, sweet, fruity fragrance. So I'm thinking, what is it, like JPG Le Male or something like that? You know, because they've said syrupy, sweet, fruity, and vanilla. It's definitely not like that either. It's actually pretty unique. I don't have anything that smells quite like it, and this to me, rather than just being Herba Pura, which I think a lot of people don't like because it's just too sweet and syrupy and maybe too feminine, or even something like Le Male, which is a great fragrance. It's just really been done a lot. This one is, it's just something different, and I want to tell you some of the notes and how I perceive them. In this one, some of the things that really stuck out to me is that you do have some citruses, but that's not the only fruit notes that you have in the opening, but there is kind of a combo of fruits, and there is amber. This is just as much an amber fragrance as it is a citrus fragrance. There is this kind of deep amber mixing with this bright citrus and a very distinct aromatic quality. It's a fresh, spicy fragrance. Citrus, fresh, spicy, amber. And that's kind of unique, right? Because you don't always get citrus, fresh, spicy with amber. You usually get like, you know, oud or vanilla or warm spicy with amber. So this one is really pretty unique. The citruses do remind me of a few things that I have. I can't necessarily put my finger on it, but it's almost like a, you know, limeade kind of fruitiness, but there is a little something green in there as well. Almost like if you could take some of the citrus vibe out of like Sospiro Vibrato or something. It's nowhere near as green, and it's got a good bit of a fresh spiciness coming, I believe, from mint, giving it that aromatic green spiciness, but ginger with a little bit of a bite, and there is a little bit of a bite. Citrus and ginger work really well together. It sometimes gives kind of an effervescent kind of sparkle, and this definitely has that kind of a sparkling bite in the opening, and I would say throughout the fragrance that I really, really like. I do not get the overwhelming syrupy sweetness like you get in an Herba Pura or even in like a Terenzi Curke or even like a, you know, JPG Ultra Male. In the top, you've got bergamot and mandarin, ginger and mint. In the mid, you've got pear and orange blossom. So pear is a very sweet note. That's actually what makes JPG Ultra Male so sweet. But mixing with those other notes, it still remains a strong but, you know, somewhat fresh, spicy citrus fragrance, even though there is a little bit of weighty sweetness in there. Then you've got in the base musk amber, and cedar. And that amber and that amber cedar woodiness really does set it apart from pretty much every other citrus fragrance that I have. I mean, I'm telling you, it's a unique fragrance. It's a mass-pleasing fragrance. There's nothing off-putting or funky or challenging about this, but it's just different. And again, the 5 people in my orbit on a daily basis, each of them said that they liked it, and that is a very, very unusual occurrence. So I am definitely recommending this one. You know, you can get it for a great price. Go to fragrancebuy.ca or Joma Shop, one of the discounters. You can probably pick it up at a really great price. This is one that I've already been wearing, as I said, this week, but definitely as we go into spring and summer, I'm going to be getting a lot of wear out of. I will be preferring this over 90% of the freshies that I have because it's got something unique, a little extra sweetness, some fresh spiciness, some amber. I think that's super cool. So again, this is an affordable alternative to Blue Talisman from Ex Nihilo. And I would love to hear your thoughts if you have tried it. I am Justin. This is Sillage Scents. Remember to subscribe and give the video a like if you like it. I'll see you on the next one.